Wait and see. You know, when you can't predict the future, that can be a good strategy. But wait and see isn't always a good strategy when it comes to your retirement. In these uncertain times, the decisions you make today regarding your savings and investments can have a huge impact on your retirement. Phillip Statler and the team at Statler Financial have seen the market at its highs, its lows, and everywhere in between. They know how emotional it can be for you right now. So here's what they're doing. They're clearing their schedule to talk with you on the phone or on a video call to listen to what concerns you have and then offer help. The number to call is 863-285-3815. They are local and independent advisors who can help guide you through this. Call Phillip Statler and the Statler Financial team now. 863-285-3815 and schedule your time for a phone or a video meeting with the team. Call 863-285-3815. That's 863-285-3815. Investment advisory services offered through Statler Financial Services, Inc. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal.
On Highlands Light FM. That's Whitney Houston there, and it's 8:39. That's 21 before 9. We always check in on your money and find out what Sam Hill's going on Wall Street this time of the morning. Mondays are always a relatively quiet day, so from an undisclosed location, we bring you Statler Financial Services' own Phillip Statler. Good morning, sir. I didn't get a chance to ask where you were. I know you're on remote today.
I am in Tennessee visiting grandchild. So I woke up to about 37 degrees this morning, so it felt good up here.
What's a 37? Is there a 3 on the thermometer anywhere? I've never seen that.
Yeah, it felt pretty good to step outside for a little bit this morning. I
believe it. You did bring your winter wear along with you, I assume.
Just a light jacket. It'll warm up to 60 this afternoon, so it'd be nice.
Okay, we get 90 and a 50% chance of rain here today, so let's not ruin everybody's day by telling them you've got better weather than we do. Setting the table for the morning, Friday was an owly day on Wall Street, big chunk of it, of course. At the time, the breaking news that the president had been shipped into the hospital with a case of the COVID. Dow was off by 134 points, NASDAQ down by 251, a really rotten day on NASDAQ. And the Standard & Poor's was off by 32. Over the weekend, word comes out that the president might very well even be going home from the hospital today. And I don't know for sure whether that's rumor or fact or political posturing, but it definitely made the markets a little bit more confident, didn't it?
It has, definitely, Dave. On Friday it really took a nosedive because I think a lot of it because of the president and his circumstances, but because of the posturing and moving him to the hospital, and it looks to me like he could very well get home today, which would be good news. And the markets are liking what they're seeing right now.
Absolutely. The mainstream press is doing their level best to try to sleuth their way through and figure out, did he get really, really sick or what? But just to kind of prove that he was ambulatory, he went out and took a car ride around the hospital waving at supporters, which threw a few medical people into a hissy fit, but at the same time demonstrated at the very least that he isn't flat at his beg in the hospital, and that's good news no matter what. It needs to be said always that the markets are not political. It's just a simple matter of money chasing money where it can make more money, and stability is always its first choice. So the fact that the president is capable of continuing to stay in office, that's considered good news regardless of your politics in the money world, isn't it?
Well, it is, and let's face it, if things went terribly bad for the president, that would bring so much uncertainty to the markets, and they would not be happy campers, and we would see probably more nosediving today.
Absolutely, and the fact needs to be mentioned that would happen whether it was a Democratic or a Republican president, because money just simply doesn't like uncertainty, and having your president having a deadly disease, that's probably the poster child for uncertainty. One thing that did come out that was kind of interesting, with the president being sick and out of circulation, and then tweeting, say, hey, let's just do it. It looks like the stimulus bill that you and I were kind of poo-pooing the chances of last week might actually happen now.
Definitely. I mean, he has tweeted out that, hey, let's get this thing done. Let's work together. And let's move this thing forward. There is about $600 million difference between the Republicans' plan, the Democrats' plan right now, and we'll see if they can't get that a little closer together and get something on the table to pass between now and election time.
And it's looking more likely for a whole bunch of different reasons. Number one, Trump saying, let's just do it, which kind of gave marching orders to his representatives to cave where necessary and just get the darn deal done. This side of the fence is, you got to say, too, the Democrats have a different calculus here, too. There were some shifts in the public opinion polls after the debate, and they didn't go in Trump's direction. Add to the fact that the president is now going to be out of circulation for at least a week or 10 days. While he stays isolated from face-to-face campaigning. All of that changes the calculus for the Democrats, and they see there's no political damage to caving in and giving the president what he wants while things are swinging their way politically.
Well, that's true. I think we had some other things last week that also added to that, Dave. You know, the unemployment numbers come out last week, and they were not as good as in terms of first-time claims and that type of thing. Plus, we talked a lot last week about other like airlines furloughing and a lot of other layoffs happening. And I think that probably added to the president's concern that we need to get something done.
Now, word is that includes the new renewal of the payroll protection plan loan package as well, part of the bill, which certainly would help some of the layoff issues. Talking about airlines laying people off, we got more travel news. The cruise lines are still blowing things off. Carnival announced that they were going to be postponing and then restricting the number of ports they were going to sail from. Norwegian Cruise Lines officially announces this morning, if you had a November cruise booked, sorry, ain't going to happen. They aren't going to float again until we get at least to the 1st of December, which can't be good news in the travel industry.
Yeah, you're right. That is not a good sign. You know, when are the cruise lines going to get the green light to go ahead and start doing some cruising? Because, man, you think about it, Dave, we are, it seems like we're getting really close to a year of this, of no cruising. And that just can't be good for any industry to be shut down for a whole year.
Oh, yeah, 9 months worth of no cruises. And the last memory a whole lot of people have about cruise lines is those ships docked off the harbor in Miami saying, can we get these sick people off the boat? This is the ultimate PR nightmare. Not only do we have a bad memory for the last event they were in the news, they can't even create any new good memories. So I guess it was kind of baked into Norwegian. Nope, I'll take it back. They're toward the top of my big loser list this morning, pre-trading down 2.5%.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be that industry. I mean, the airlines obviously are getting beat up too, but they're getting some help from the government. At least they had gotten some help, and they're trying to get more help. And that's one of the things is within this bill that's going nowhere right now, and we hope it gets a little fire lit under it now.
Understood. I remember words from the cruise industry that they've got enough cash to be able to get through this shutdown. But if the shutdown continues ad infinitum, well, it's not an unlimited supply of cash. So eventually, those ships are going to be in financial trouble as to whether or not they're going to be able to sail at all.
That's right. Those ships got to sail eventually, or the companies are going to go under.
Absolutely. So resetting the table, it's a quiet news morning. We've got very, very few reports slated as we start to eke our way into earnings season in the next week or so. Off day on Friday on Wall Street based upon news events of the day. 45 minutes before we open this morning, Phillip, what are you seeing in terms of indications early on this week?
Hey, it's looking good right now, Dave, but that could change on a dime, you know. We've got the Dow up 205 points, about 0.75%. That would definitely bring us back above where we were on Friday. And then we got the S&P 500 up about between 6 and 7/10%, and the Nasdaq up 0.75%. Those two need a little bit more help to get back up to where they opened on Friday, but right now the Dow is looking pretty good. On the other side of the coin, the commodity side, we see silver and gold both getting a little bit of a push this morning, up 0.5% for silver, up 0.2% for gold. And then crude oil getting a nice little bump today, up almost 4% to $38.51 a barrel.
Well, at least it's getting into the zip code. I did notice that optimism over the stimulus plan has equity money moving around a little bit, too. We've got the Treasury notes up. 30-year notes are up by like 8 basis points this morning. We haven't seen an interest rate shift like that in a long time, have we?
No, we haven't, and so that is some good news to see that. That means some money's moving out of treasuries and back into the market.
Absolutely. Overseas markets reacted to the news over the weekend that the president was doing okay as well. Asian rim markets up by well over a percent at close this morning, and the European markets also up the better part of 1% midway through their trading day. Phillip, you're out of town for the moment, but I know the Statler Financial Services is open this last 2 or 3 trading days. Kind of like the poster child for how you can't control what's going to go on in the market. All you can do is manage risk. How do I find you for an appointment?
Absolutely, Dave. Give us a call at 863-382-0037 to schedule your financial x-ray to really determine how much risk you have in your portfolio, because that is the only thing you can control when it comes to the marketplace. And then catch us on Facebook. All you have to do is search under Statler Financial Services, and you can like our page there. And then join us this weekend for the Statler Financial Radio Show. I think we're going to miss out on noon again, but we'll be there for 6 a.m. Saturday morning and 10 a.m. Sunday morning on Highlands News Talk 730.
All righty. Back here again tomorrow morning with an update as to what's going on with our money on Wall Street early on. Phillip, thank you so very much. We'll catch you shortly, all right?
All right, buddy. Have a great day.
Be well, my friend. It's 105.7 Light FM and Statler Financial Services. Phillip Statler. Wait.
Hey, folks. Yeah, we are out of town this week, enjoying some Tennessee weather and some family up here. But we will still bring you this every morning. So tune in. May have some surprises this week. You never know. Have a great day. I look forward to speaking to you again tomorrow.